Well, if it walks like a slave, thinks like a slave, behaves like a slave, talks like a slave, writes like a slave, speaks like a slave, well, damn it, Jasmine Crockett is a slave. Well, recently she's been making very hard airwaves, and I must say she is bringing in the ratings, but for all the wrong reasons. Recently she's been on this rampage. Well, I say she's rambling and babbling, but to others, she's doing the right thing. She's a strong woman in politics, and that's the kind of energy they need in politics. According to her supporters, she stands on business. Even when she's telling Elon Musk and other people that do not like Elon, and she's telling her supporters on her birthday on March 29th, she wants someone to take down Elon. I don't know where she's getting with this propaganda or this agenda, but it seemed like she wants to unleash some violence or bring back the George Floyd riots from the pandemic of 2020. So you remember how that went. So as I'm walking the streets of New York, and if you know New York, it's also a deep blue state. Well, Texas is not a deep blue state, but New York is. And I'm noticing that Antifa is back around, and we have all these heavy protesters that are parading the streets, and they want to go against, of course, Congress and the White House. But with the way I see things, she has the ability to stop with these antics, but she's not, because she feels like her supporters are going to cheer her on and they're going to support her. To support her babbling, her ignorance, her belligerence, and the fact that she's inciting violence and anger and hatred on the airways. So she's also getting in trouble recently for calling Governor Abbott and saying that he's on so-called Hot Wheels. As you know, he has a disability. But we don't look at him as a disability. We look at him and respect him as the governor that he is for Texas. So she's out here spreading propaganda of hatred, trying to keep up, the supporters so they can continue to help her run on this agenda to destroy America, of course, because she is a humongous, gigantic, notorious black liberal who supports and stands behind the illegal alien invasion of America. She wants open borders. She wants the fentanyl pouring right back into our country, and she wants illegal aliens back into minority neighborhoods because, of course, those are the dreamers. And, of course, people that's in, the inner cities of the urban cities, we're just minorities to her. So Jasmine Crockett, they're starting to put a little fire to her, and they're letting her know they won't be tolerating her agenda or her inciting violence for much too longer. They're letting her know, you better walk on eggshells, young lady, and think about what you say before you get on that air. And I'm in agreement with that. I think that she's carrying herself all in a non-ladylike way, and what she's saying is starting to take the streets, and they're coming to the streets, and she keeps telling her supporters to take it to the streets, and I'm starting to say to myself, no, please stop telling them to take it to the streets, because we already know where that ends up at. But, law enforcement is out there on the streets, and they're out there heavy, and they're letting people know, yeah, this time around, we're going to set a bail on you, and this time it might be so high, you may not be able to get out. So, Jasmine Crockett, yeah, you got to be careful what you say over those airwaves, and understand that you still are, have to remain a certain type of obligation to hold yourself to a certain type of accountability of what you say and how you say things to your supporters. There's a way to get your word across without using profanity, and up there acting, obnoxious and rude and disrespectful. You got to carry yourself in a better manner than that. But it doesn't seem like they'll be tolerating her bull crap for far too long. Sooner or later, they're going to remove her from her seat. She has someone that's running up against her. And I'm thinking that, this might be her last term in that seat. So shout out to Texas and how they stand on business about their state and they protect their citizens. Unlike New York, they run their state however they see fit. They're going to be rebellious and do whatever they want, regardless of what authorities say that they're obligated to do for the American people. So, yeah, Jasmine, I think you need to walk on eggshells and watch what you say and how you say things and what you say and the poison that you put out to your supporters. Because, of course, we don't need another George Floyd riot over here in America because, that could end up, and a lot of lives could be sacrificed behind that. So, yeah, watch what you say, Jasmine. And, yeah, be careful. Someone's coming for your seat, and it's sooner than you think. And it's only a matter of time before you get removed from your district. Keep coming back, more to be revealed.